Hey there, Amity's Wake here. I have some more Rainbow Six Siege gameplay for you guys today. This time around, it's more of me, I guess, talking about some things that I feel like more people should know about this game. This is one of my favorite games, pretty much, so I want to make sure that the more people find out about these things, the better. But just before I get to that fact, right there, what you just saw was one of the weirdest things that I've had happen to me in a game so far, where for the bank map, you seem to, if you're an attacking team, you seem to spawn on top of a building with your drones. So the best way to get out of that is exactly what you saw right there. That's the only way to get out of that from what I know, but it's possible. It took, I think the last game we had, it took us like 2 minutes to get out of there. So if you guys have the same issue and you happen to see that again, there you go, there's your solution right there. So yeah, just gonna go on to what I was planning for. Some tips to help out people with what may and may not be things that a lot of people may know. A lot of these are very basic, but a lot of them are things that in my opinion, I've seen. So yeah, here we go. First of all, I'd like to say that leaning's your best friend in this game. If you lean around a corner, there's a very good chance you're gonna have to drop on the other person, and you want to make sure that you always have to drop on the other person, and always try to make sure that you're crouching as well. That's another thing I'll throw out there. You might not want to always do it in certain situations, but I'd rather keep the silence than make the noise. So that's just my general opinion. Crouching and leaning, man, those are your two best friends in this game that I can see. And also intel, you want to make sure that you have your camera locations down. When you're playing as a defender, always make sure that you have, you know, the camera layouts like mapped. You want to know, oh, this camera spawns here in this map, and take those down when you're in the attacking team, because that is going to make a big deal for you guys, especially because I'm about to get spotted in a second, as you can see. So, and I don't know where the camera's at. I'm just looking around. I'm unaware. I still don't know the map. I still don't know many of the maps. Mostly because I've played on probably 2 or 3 maps, and one of them was the beta maps. So I played on House, Canal, and then Bank so far. And then there's another map called Oregon. Those are the only maps I've played on. Mostly been playing on House and stuff a lot, but that's just simply because I have my preferences set, which is another thing. You can set your preferences in this game. What that means is you have the option to take what you want to play and what you don't want to play. This is another thing that's not really known right now, but sorry, if you go into I think you press start on your menu, it's going to give you the option to go into settings, and then you're going to see matchmaking preferences. You can change the fact that if you want to play this mode, you can take it off. It's going to search for the modes that you want and the maps that you want. That's a big deal, because I started the game Tuesday and I was playing Tuesday and I had no idea that I can do this, mostly because I kind of just looked past the settings part, which I always do with my games, checking the settings and see what they have for me. But I simply overlooked something that I do now. I do not like the 2-bomb site mode. I forgot what it is. Mostly because I don't play it anymore. But I just don't want that mode. Don't like it. So I decided to take that off my preferences, and I have not found a game since. It is very true to what it tells you. It's going to stick to that mode. It's going to give you what you want to play. So I have this. I have secure area, and I have hostage, and I have all the maps, because that's all I want to play anymore. Because that's all that's really entertaining, I guess, in matchmaking that is so far. Unless they come out with another mode, that'd be pretty sweet. So make sure that you have your preferences set, because that will help you save many headaches. Another little tip I'd say is make sure that you have communication. I probably said this before, but you can never not have enough communication. Make sure you have a buddy with you, someone that you're really cool with, so there's not much I'd say yelling or stuff like that. In my opinion, you want to make sure that you guys have the edge on them. A lot of people do play with their friends in this game. That's something that's very key. Make sure that you always have someone with you, because it will make or break a game, and that's your best bet for this. I think 3rd or 4th, I don't really know. I kind of had a brain fart again. But another big tip, gear. Make sure your gear's set. Make sure you have in my opinion, I'd say make sure you have a silencer personally, because it may not seem like it doesn't help, but when you're playing against people that have headsets like myself, having a silencer will definitely kind of mask your location. I can definitely say that since I put on a silencer, I've had a lot more smoother, I guess, games on my side. It's the best way to put it. I've had a lot better engagements, to the point where a lot of the time they don't know where I'm at, because I have the drop on them, because they'll probably hear muffled noises, but they don't know where that's coming from. It's, in my opinion, it makes or breaks a 1-on-2, 1-on-3, 1-on-4, 1-on-5 situation even. I've had games where I'd win 1-on-5 simply because I had a silencer. It sounds so cheeky, it sounds so stupid, but it works. And I apologize for this next most boring 10 seconds you ever see in your life. My friend pretty much said he went to go do something and all of our cameras died, and we were left with the most, in my opinion, just the bestest little, you know, cam footage in the world. So this is another map that I have not played on much of. This is the second time I've ever played on this map, and I was having a ball. So far, this is my favorite map in the game. Cannot wait to play more of this. But more to what I was talking about. Sorry, had a little detour because I think this is one of the coolest maps in the game at this point. Make sure, always make sure. This is not really a tip, I'd say. This is more of a little suggestion. Make sure you scour the area. Make sure you have one guy who throws a drone, and he looks around and he covers the area. You always want to make sure that's your go-to. Why? Simply because if you don't throw a drone in there, 3 guys will go in there and that guy will sit in the corner and just take you all out in one simple go. It's really overlooked. I probably don't have to cover it, but you honestly will never know until you do it yourself. That's just my personal opinion on that fact. And man, I'm honestly trying to think about something else that would be a good idea to use, but I don't really think there's much to cover. So far, from my personal opinion, the game's great. The matchmaking could be better, but that's just, I mean, hey, game's been out for 2 days now. But then again, there's been so many betas that they could have worked on it. I have no blames. Rainbow Six is back, and I'm very, very happy about that. Oh yes, this is another thing. Uplay. If you play Ubisoft games, check your Uplay stuff, because there's some pretty sweet shaders or camos. There you go. That's the Destiny coming out of me. But you have some pretty sweet camos there to even for free that you could just pick up. They got Splinter Cell, you know, Ghost Recon. They got all that stuff there. Make sure you check those. Very, 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 very key. There's also a booster, so you know you could have the booster. Make sure that you have your buddies use that booster too. Get the advantage. Get more renown, so you get more characters and you can get more variety and you get more, you know, equipment and all that stuff, so you can have better players, better games. Another thing, very simple, very, I wouldn't say a big deal, but make sure you have your, again in settings, make sure you have your audio set to a certain way. You know, if you're playing in a stereo room, it's the simplest thing in the world, but it does kind of affect where you're going to hear things from. Me personally, I play with Turtle Beaches. They're the XO1 Stealths. I have them in a way so that I basically hear exactly where they're coming from what direction, and it's so simple. It sounds like I'm kind of just talking on my ass, but hey, it's very, very overlooked. That's another thing that I'm going to point out. When you're playing against defenders, you want to make sure that you know what to do against equipment of other teammates. See, that's Jaeger and then Bandit. You can always shoot the little box in the middle. Not very known. Just take that out so you will not get electrocuted, because if you step on that, you're just going to keep on depleting your health, basically. But this game wasn't really the best of the games. I figured I'd just throw it in here for a kind of a, I don't know, just to have some more gameplay in the way. My other matches weren't really the greatest, neither was this one, but I really just wanted to show off the map. So far, my favorite map. Can't wait to play more. I really wanted to get into more Terrorist Hunt, because I mean, can't really get enough more of, you know, Terrorist Hunt, which, by the way, it's really difficult. So far, one of my favorite things in the game. But yeah, that's my thoughts so far on Rainbow Six Siege. A little bit of tips here and there. I know I kind of baffled and kind of blabbered around here and there, but I really hope that you enjoyed the video. It is coming to an end. The gameplay clip kind of cut off a couple seconds short. That was kind of my fault on my point, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay cool, guys.